It's November 11, 2010, and it's Miami versus Boston, part 2 tonight, and you're watching Sports by Jack. It's Remembrance Day here in Canada today, a day where we remember our fallen soldiers and all they did for our freedom. So firstly, thank you. Secondly, lest we forget the Miami Heat on this very special Remembrance Day, for all the hoopla they had over the summer, they're now living up to it over the first 8 games of the season, having 3 losses already to Boston, New Orleans, and last night Utah. For the Heat, it's obviously discouraging. They're a team that's supposed to maybe win 60, 70 games this year. People are predicting that they're going to break records and stomp their way through to the championship. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, the Lakers are looking better than ever, 9-0. The Celtics, they've got Rajon Rondo averaging 14.8 assists per game, on pace to break John Stockton's record. Not to mention they still have Ray Allen, Kevin Garnett, and Paul Pierce. And Kevin Garnett, by the way, is becoming one of the most hated men in the NBA. Charlie Villanueva and Joakim Noah now hate his guts, and you can tell that he's fired up about this season, and he feels the Celtics have something to prove because he's obviously running his mouth. So it's going to be an interesting game. Now, the one interest that I have as a Raptors fan is Chris Bosh. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James clearly run the show in Miami. I don't care what anyone says. But it's going to be interesting to see, can Chris Bosh really step up? When's he going to be a star player on the team and actually have a huge game that the NBA is going to talk about, or that the website's going to talk about, or anybody's going to talk about besides LeBron and Wade? Obviously, as we've seen through 8 games, it's still Wade's team, but you need Chris Bosh there, and he's got to step up. And you know what? He's kind of proving Brian Colangelo right. Remember when Colangelo said that he was a second-tier player, not really a superstar, and a lot of fans in Toronto agreed? It seems like he's cool with taking on a secondary role, and most superstars shouldn't think that way. Now, before we all turn our eyes to Miami and Boston, there's actually another big game going down. Denver versus the Lakers. And again, the debate begins, are the Lakers still the team to beat? And of course they are. They started 9-0, so with Boston and Miami not playing as consistent or perfect basketball like the Lakers are, you still got to put the Lakers up there. But of course, overall, should still be an interesting matchup. I'm predicting that the Boston Celtics are going to keep it close, but I'm going to give this one to the Heat. I'll take them by 4 points, barring a non-screw-up of a major lead by the Heat. And lastly, I just want to say that if the Heat fire Eric Spoelstra and hire Pat Riley because of this start, or because of another embarrassing loss, I'm going to throw up in my mouth a little bit. I don't really buy that Pat Riley has to be the coach. I think you blame the players on this one. You've got the 3 biggest stars of free agency last summer on one team. You cannot fire the coach in this situation and tell me it's the coach's fault. He doesn't need to manage their egos. They already want to win, so that's a non-issue, and I don't think that putting Pat Riley in there necessarily gives them that much of a better chance to win a title. Leave your comments below. Who's going to win tonight, Miami or Boston? And will Miami actually shape into a championship team this year or be anywhere close to the finals considering what they've shown so far? You've been watching another edition of Sports by Jack, and if you're not watching my channel, then you don't know jack about sports.